Hi everyone, this is Ada. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm doing a tag today, and the tag was started by Andrea. Let me just get the question right. She came up with this question: are YouTubers narcissistic? Do we have a personality that is a narcissist? And I just want to answer that. I just think this is a fantastic conversation. I have my wine here because Andrea usually has her wine. I'm drinking red. We got this when we travelled through the Barossa, which is in South Australia, which is a little place in Australia that has wineries. So I thought I'd have this today to Andrea to answer your question, because I feel like this is a question where a lot of ladies or gentlemen, anyone, could sit around like in a uni class and have a conversation about this topic. I think this is a fascinating topic. I did study, I didn't finish, I did study a few units of psychology at uni, so this is right up my alley. So let's go. Do I think YouTubers are narcissistic? No, I do not. I think if we look, there will be some YouTubers that are narcissistic, because generally in society or in a group or in a population of people, of course you're going to get some people that are narcissistic. That is just the way it is. But for a general trend, I don't think we are. I think there's a number of reasons people do YouTube, and I feel like if I could get together with Andrea, have a wine together, and a few other, especially the mature age ones, we would probably share some of the same opinions. So I will get into why I started YouTube. So YouTube for me was, what would I say, maybe a survival technique or a survival tool that I used when I started YouTube. And I've been on YouTube, I'm so old I can't even remember, it's over 5 years. But when I started YouTube, our family, my husband and my children and myself, had gone through a trauma, and we were grieving, and it took a long time, a lot of counselling, some medication. We moved from where we were living to a different side in Brisbane, and basically I knew no one. And I could have gone out there and made friends, sure, which I did later on, but I was in no condition or no mental state to actually do that. So I started watching YouTube as a tool, as a coping strategy basically. And I remember the first YouTuber I actually really fell in love with was Marnie from Miss Gold Girl, even though she did makeup, and I am not into makeup at all. But I think she did a few blogs, house things and handbag videos. She did, like, you know, a few different topics as well, but I just loved listening to her. I would have it on while I did housework, and it just made me feel better. And then I decided I wanted to start my own channel. And the reasons that I do YouTube, apart from initially it was a coping strategy, I look at it as a journey. I look at it as a journey in my life. I love to do YouTube because I think you connect with other ladies. So years ago we had pen pals where you'd write letters, or maybe you'd talk on the phone. I don't know. I find YouTube a form of connection. I have travelled overseas and met some great YouTubers. I've had lunch with YouTubers in Brisbane. I remember going overseas to New York and London. In London, I had a shopping trip with Ashley and Trina Levers. Remember the beautiful Trina? And then we went to New York on the same trip, and we met Stanley Dragon Jr., MJ, and Nettie from Nettie, I'll put her name channel below. Peter might be able to remember it. He's behind
Nettie's World.
Oh, Nettie's World. Sorry, I'm getting old. Nettie's World. So we met her. They're still doing YouTube. I don't watch them all the time, but I especially talk to MJ on Instagram. And for me, it's a group. It's a positive experience. I made friends with Natty, who used to be a perfume reviewer. I've made friends with Dayle, who's Dayle's Addiction, if you want to check out her channel. And I feel like if I was to live around the corner from Andrea, we would be having our wines together, we'd be laughing, and we'd have a lot in common. So I think one of the reasons for me is it's connection. When you get to 58, I'm an extrovert, I do like to socialize, but sometimes, you know, I have Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disorder, and I get tired, and I just use YouTube as a connection. I also use YouTube as a research tool. So I will Google in. I am a researcher by nature, so I actually love to research. It's how I learn, it's how I find different facts. So I use YouTube to, if I'm going to buy a handbag, I will watch all those videos. I'm a bit probably anal about it actually. I am looking at buying a Coach bag, and I have not bought a Coach bag before. I've actually got a Coach bag on order. So I watched every possible video I could on that particular Coach bag, and now I'm getting into Coach handbag collections. So I use it as a tool to learn, and I think it's very positive. I also think the YouTube community for me is a very positive experience, and I think that you know, there's some negative parts about it. I had a discussion, it was a while ago, probably a couple of months ago, with someone that said social media is just wrong, it is just negative, it just gets people in trouble. I disagree, because my thing on YouTube or social media, Instagram, Facebook, is always put positive comments, always treat people the way you want to be treated. Let me just have a drink of wine. And then it won't get you in trouble. You know, I use the, what do you call it, the motto, or the, if you have got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Did your mother ever teach you that? I use that. And recently, I have to laugh, I did see a video where, I think it was maybe a handbag review, I can't remember. It was not a YouTuber that I watch regularly, and she was saying, don't leave any negative comments, please. And then she said, oh well, if you need to, just leave them. So I love that, because I do not worry about the negative comments. That says more about the other person. I do love it for that reason. Where am I going? I've got all mixed up now. Yeah, I use it as a learning tool. I use it as a connection. I use it to be creative. I love fashion. I love to challenge myself to put outfits together. As you'll see on my channel, I do have some outfits of the day, or I'll get dressed up. And recently I went to a bridal high tea. Have a look at that. I had my Zimmermann on, which, you know, it's a nice dress. So I like to preserve those memories as well. So that's another reason I like to do it. And the other reason is I use it as a hobby. My hubby and I, Peter, he's always behind the camera. Say hello, Peter. Hello. So we do it together. Our children are all grown up, and you know, you've got to have something in your life. And that's the other thing I'm going to say. Of course, I want more subscribers. Do I love when I connect with people and I get more subscribers? Yes, but it's not the only reason I do it. If that was the only reason I did it, I would have left YouTube ages ago, because I just have a little channel, and actually the older I get and the more I'm on YouTube, the less I worry about subscribers or anything like that. I think for Peter and I to have a hobby together is very, very healthy. Our children are all left home. We have our fur babies. Actually, Belle, are you narcissistic? Maybe my babies are more narcissistic, because they want all the attention, don't you? So to do it as a hobby, as husband and wife, Peter's always behind the camera. He does my editing, so I do not know how to edit at all. So I am hopeless at that. But we sort of a tag team. We spend some days on the weekend just filming a few videos, and we really enjoy it. So have I got anything else to say? I think that is the main reasons. Peter, do you want to come and sit down and just say why you love it? No, he hasn't had a shave, so he doesn't want to. Have you got anything else to add, honey, behind the camera there?
No, it's a good passion for us to do together. It
exactly.
Really is.
So, Andrew, I hope that answers your question. I'm sure you are going to agree on what I'm saying, because you talked about the creativity, and I think it is a hobby, and you can be creative, and you can come up with all these ideas. I've watched Andrew now, and I really feel like if I lived around the corner, I'd be there with her doing things. So I think that's all I've got to say, but I hope that's answered the question, and I will tag a few people down below too, because I'm sure everyone's going to have their own opinion But cheers to YouTube, and thank you, Andrew, for tagging me. Very interesting subject. Bye. If you like this video, please subscribe, push like, and follow me on Instagram. And don't forget everyone, Ada Love Style. See you again next time. Bye.